How we all doing? Are we ready for the end of our Ocarina of Time Majora's Mask Randomizer? Doing a little bit of an extra stream here so we can just knock this out of the water, as there's not that much content left in the game. I mean, we have 3 dungeons left to go through, technically. 2 of them we actually need to go through. So, not much left. Actually, 2 in one game and 1 back in Ocarina. Getting my wires crossed, but there's not much left. I don't know how long this will take, but I don't imagine it's going to take terribly long. It really just depends on where we find said items, because we could find things pretty early, or it could take an hour, 2, 3 hours. We don't know. That's the nature of these randomizers, so that's why I wanted to do an extra stream here on Saturday, just to knock this out. And heck, at this point, you could actually catch up with the whole thing on the VOD channel. All the VODs for the series at this point are all fully uploaded over on the YouTube side. So if you actually wanted to see the whole thing, it's all right here. And after today's stream, the whole thing will be up by tomorrow. So let's just go ahead without any further ado, though, and actually just jump straight into the rando itself here. And while this is going, I want to fix up my audio a little bit, because my audio is a little off in the headphones. Alright, that should fix things for me. Now I just have to reset my own thing of monitoring so I can hear it back. And now we should be good. Sometimes, I've said this a couple times on these streams, but sometimes when I go to use my mixer in Windows, it just crackles. I don't know why. I think it's something to do with Windows specifically, because this just happens infrequently. Nothing to do with the interface. We'll do it on our computers too, so it's probably just a Windows bug. Alright, so the last time we left off, we were entering GTG, because we finally got everything we needed for the whole Gerudo section. Like, one of our last items was the card. So now we can finally do stuff here, in this area, which is always a very lucrative area to check over if you can, because this area can have so many things. Like, a lot of it, it's just gonna be keys, but a good chunk of the things in here are all, like, in the vanilla game, nothing really that special. So you can easily find like a bunch of stuff here in a randomizer. This area can be known for just being loaded. That's why I'm kind of sad it took us how many hours in to finally be able to check this. It's like 13, 14 hours in. Dude, stay still. Camera's not great right now either for this. There you go, it's fine. Another key. Gonna be getting a lot of those early on. Also, it's really helpful we have infinite magic because of the Majora's Mask Chateau Romani. Like, having that in our systems in this game, which I didn't even think was a thing, that's gonna help out a lot in terms of magic consumption, because now we don't have to worry about any elemental arrow at this point or using the spells. Like, we can just keep this on the whole time. Nice. Don't wait for the go. How in the world did I miss that? Excuse me. Are you serious? Why can't I grab this? I'm just gonna jump for it. It's probably because it was the last one. The game didn't know what to do because of the hover boots. But that's a new one. Trigger multiple Wolfos. This room kind of takes a bit. Oh, are you serious? I didn't know it was attacking me. There you go. I was hoping to push during this cutscene a little bit. Unfortunately, we can't. Oh, I thought it was soft lock for a second. That would have been a little stupid. Gold scale? Wow, okay. It's a good thing I already did the check for this earlier when I got irons, because we were never doing the gold scale check normally, based on how late it was in this seed, excuse me, that I got it. Also gonna apologize if I sound a little off in this, because I'm just tired. so it's probably gonna come through a little bit. Circus leader's mask? Sure. The most useless mask in Majora's Mask is finally ours. Like, it does literally nothing in the game. There is nothing at all for that mask. It makes one, like, side quest a little bit easier, but by the time you get it in the base game, it's too late. So the randomizer, you can have, like, one use for it, and even that doesn't matter. I really wish I had Big Goron's sword instead, because I don't want to use Giant's Knife here, because that would probably just immediately break. Recovery heart. Next chest. Alright, let's go. We can beat this tonight easily. Like, now with Boomerang, we're in go mode. There's nothing left we need. I don't even need to check this place at this point. I can just leave. But you know what? For the sake of the stream not being like an hour long just to finish one rando seed, let's full clear the area at this point. Like, yeah, why not? Let's pad it out. I feel stupid you can beat this literally in the first 15 minutes, so that's why it's like, alright, well, do something a little bit more adventurous. See what else we can find, too, because I do have to go through 2 different dungeons in Majora's Mask. So, if I can find Fierce Deity, or even at least, Bunny Hood Speed, screw me there. Or if you can at least find the Gilded Sword, we still don't have Gilded. That can make things a little bit easier. I do have the Great Fairy Sword, if I'm not mistaken. So I can at least use that for bosses. It'd mainly be good to have, you know, Gilded for the next dungeon we're going to, the Stone Tower. Alright, money. Money really does not matter at this point, especially when we're, you know, Wooly in go mode. I'm just doing all this because I can. Also, finding some stuff for MM like that right now, bomb shoes, would be helpful, because then I can just use those to blaze through things. Am I in a bad angle for this? Kind of feels like I am. Okay, never mind, we're fine. That was easy. Giant's wall. Alright, so we were never getting another wall if that was here too. This is why I want to full clear the place, because I'm just curious to see where half our items that we were missing were. Because so far, it really does look like this was kind of a middling issue at this point. Like, all the stuff we needed was deep into an area we could never get to until we got Rudo card. Now with Bunny Hood Speed, I can just go over where the silver is with no issue. I might as well. I didn't mean to take off the boots. Finger slipped on that one. I guess we'll do this room now. I normally don't bother with this room, especially because again, we're in go mode. But if this was like a normal kind of situation where a couple hours into a stream, I would just, you know, full clear these games at this point that we're playing. But since we literally just started, it doesn't hurt to full check. I kind of don't want to do that for Stone Tower, though, in some ways, because you can, like, skip so much of it. I kind of want to do that, just to more or less show off how you can do pretty much the entirety of inverted, like, Stone Tower in 3 rooms worth? No, 4 or 5 because of boss key. I have to go through some of it because of boss key. That's the only problem. Because I don't know where the key is. It's not going to be in its normal spot. But once I have the key, I can just go straight probably to the fight. So I'll probably check normal side first until we can maybe find a key, and then once I get boss key, I can probably just beeline it to the end so we can show the inverted stuff. It just depends on where the key is. Like, I have no idea where it is with how it's shuffled around. And I don't think I ever got a hint for anything in Stone Tower. I got one for Snowhead, but that was it. For whatever reason, I don't know why, maybe it's a placebo effect or something, but it feels like Bunnyhood is faster in this combo rando than it is in the actual Ocarina of Time randomizer branches. I don't know if that's true or not. Again, it might just be a placebo effect. I might just feel like it's faster. Danjaro, we know that's useless at this point. I think we even got a hint about frogs, so we're good. Easy. And then this is the last check in here, because then everything else is probably just a bunch of keys now. And Great Fairy Mask. Dear God, this place. I think I got a hint about that, though, to be fair. It's like one of my last hints I've gotten. Yeah, Great Fairy and Circus Leader. Those are the two hints I got for this area. Those two items were here. Which means that there's probably 3 keys in this section, because there's like 2 more I know I need before I get like max, because I think there's like 9 keys in total in this area. So I feel like at this point we're probably done doing the checks. If not, there's like 1 more item we can probably get realistically, but everything else is done. Yeah, I think at this point we're done. Because I feel like this next set of chests are both keys. I might as well, right here. Alright, this is our final check then. I have 2 keys remaining. It's supposed to be the correct thing. And it's a red. Alright, well, we're done here. Can I use my Forwards Wind in this area again? Can't remember. Okay, I can. Perfect. I don't think you can in vanilla game. I think I remembered I put down this Forwards Wind. They're not supposed to do this place as adult, but there's literally no reason why we can't. Because equip swap. So I might as well just full clear this with adult Link. I could just transform back to child, but it's just going to be better to stay as an adult. I think at this point going forward, period. There's no reason to ever go back to child now. Oh, Rudo actually stays here. That's kind of funny. I don't need you anymore. Music's kind of quiet in here all of a sudden. I don't remember it being this quiet when we were first here. But that's random music for you. Music's all over the place. I just realized my Ocarina thing was not checked for whatever reason. Some behind the scenes for this rando specifically I want to talk about is that the tracker I'm using is not the same tracker as I normally use. I use a software called Emo Tracker when I'm displaying the items that we're getting in these randomizers on the streams. So this tracker is not the same thing as that. And, oh, I forgot I still have Din's equipped. This tracker's not the same thing as that because while there are Ocarina Majora combo rando layouts that you can use in Emo Tracker, I'm not a fan of them for the stream layout's sake. They're just too big. It just wouldn't line up correctly with my assets. At that point, I wouldn't be able to put chat in correctly because it would just overlap the whole left side. There we go. It would overlap the whole left side if I put it in, so instead, I'm using a different software called Gossip Stone Tracker HD. It's what the Ocarina Majora Discord links to in some of the resources. One of the ones I recommend. Problem I have with it, though, is that while this is a more condensed down tracker, only really showing the essentials, it doesn't save things, which is really annoying. Oh, it's literally just a map here. I didn't even realize that. I didn't even need to do this. I was thinking this was one more chest for whatever reason. I kind of blanked because I was thinking about the tracker. But yeah, no, this tracker, it's like, it's fine. I like the layout of it. I just hate it doesn't have a save option. So every stream, I have to keep on recreating this stupid tracker. Keep on making screenshots in between, but I have to manually reselect everything before I go live. It's just a pain. Hey, Kira, how you doing? Are you serious? Really? I'm not gonna go all the way back up there because of a lip. We have infinite magic, use it. Alright, this time, jump, then hovers. You know, I'm not even gonna do the puzzle here. I'm gonna do the clip to get in. So I think I remember how to do the clip pretty easily. Let me first take you out. Let me try to remember this off the top of my head, because it's... I didn't even put this down. Oh, I had hookshot still on this. I don't know why. I'll just dispel this, because at this point, forwards win is useless. Okay, maybe I don't remember how, so I'll just probably hit the switch here in a second. I'm trying to remember. It's like you go in this corner, and then you like plop down a shoe in a specific way, and I've been hitting it, so I might just do the normal way here in a second, because I just don't want to waste too much time. I've already kind of wasted some by just going the wrong way, just so I can full clear BTG, just for curiosity's sake. Paper Mario Rando yesterday, fairly brutal. Jeez. Yeah, I thought I saw something about that on the Discord. It's one of my notifications. Because sorry to hear it was a brutal one. I know that feel for a brutal seed. They suck. Fighting your life just for the right to jump. Now that's a sentence. Definitely sounds like most of the game you were dealing with jank, if that's just how bad it was. Oh, I missed. Ah, great. Now it's gonna be this game. I hate when I miss the first shot because then it's just a gamble to get your boomerang through him. Because the hitbox is so janky. Max settings, everything shuffled. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's expected for max settings at that point. That's the compass. And then this. No more Ruto. She disappeared. And Instead, the water medallion. Did I mark these wrong? Was Jabu? Wait a minute. Hang on. Oh no, sorry, brain fart. I forgot that's one of the ones we need to do, but for whatever reason I thought that would be like forced. That's where we're going next. Alright, this will get us to the Force Medallion Stone Tower. Also, did I ever do the letter thing? I had the mask. I think I did, so I'm just gonna mark it. I don't remember doing that for whatever reason. Nice little time stop just to skip the elegy puzzle. Even if it's faster in this game, I just don't want to bother. Alright, well, we're on a hunt at this point for... Actually, put these on. We're on a hunt at this point for the boss key in here. Once we find the boss key, we can just go straight to the ending. But you guys want to see something cool and stupid at the same time? That's something I meant to do. So I kind of ruined it already. We're immediately leaving because of that. I am doing this. I don't care. We are doing this. I hit the wrong button. Wait, actually, doesn't the game save when you go to the other thing? It might just be a better idea for me to, you know, reset. I think it saves when you go back and forth between the games, so I should just have that back. Yeah, water medallion. It saved. Oh god. Alright, flashing lights warning. I apologize for that. Oh, dear god. This is the problem with the emulator, specifically. I was hoping we would avoid that. But apparently, this is bugged in such a way when you use Song of Soaring in between Ocarina to Majora specifically. The emulator just has a freak out. And I don't know why it happens, but apparently everyone reports it being a problem at RetroArch. And since, like, this is the only real known working emulator that's not prone to many issues for this, to say the least, you have to kind of deal with it. It's stupid. Apparently this was reported all the way back in March, and yet it's still an issue. Don't know if that's a plugin issue, or if that's a specific thing to the emulator. I don't know, but that should never be a thing. Now I'm just gonna do it easier. This guy's not a good spot. You know what? We'll just take the L and take the damage. Alright, silver. Alright, now to show the cool thing, because I accidentally used my spring water. So normally, you're supposed to go to the other side of this room and use your mirror shield for like this mirror puzzle. Or on the return trip, you can use light arrows for this. But, what if we just have spring water and just do this? Don't really understand why that works in like the coding sense, but apparently it's like a height value issue where because it's like the block is like here and you're like up on a ledge, something about that specifically, the block just works with water as well. I don't understand how it works, again, coding wise, but apparently you can also do that to flip Stone Tower. If you hover high enough up on the map and then use spring water above the jewel, then you can also flip Stone Tower like that. It doesn't make any sense, but you can do it. That's why I wanted to reset. That was worth resetting for because it makes 0 sense. It's really worth showing. Spring arrow light out. First spray Ganon with water. Just go in the final fight with like a water gun. That'd be great. I'm activating this just in case we need it. I hope we don't. Yeah, I'll take the freebie. I still gotta get rid of that spring water bottle too. Transform that back into a normal powder keg. Alright, can I do this correctly? The lineup? Be like, I throw it right here. And Mary failed. Okay. No, I didn't. Somehow my failure made that correct. Neat. Watch this just open on its own. Magic trick. Hey there, Ethan. How you doing? I don't know if I want to go this way. If I get a key. Oh, I kind of can't. Okay. So there's a key behind here, and I have to go that way then. It's now confirmed. That kind of sucks, because that's an annoying room, normally. All because I'm on a hunt for a boss key, specifically, too. Like, if I can get that key, I don't have to do any of this. Because I'm just going to go straight to the boss. Spin, 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 spin. Yeah, I got it. Okay. Took some damage, that's fine. Wait, what's the mask we're missing? Hang on, I just noticed that. We're almost full on the mask. It's just this one. Which one was that again? Oh god, emulator. I don't want to pause something too long. That's gonna happen. And this is why I don't like emulator much. N64 and emulators never play nice, no matter what emulator you're playing. Good, trying to get the Pokemon Conquest post-game. Yeah, I guess that's something to keep you busy if it's that big. I never heard about the post-game for that, so I didn't know how big it was compared to like other mainline entries. Gotta be careful. I'm gonna probably die if I do things too recklessly. I do have the fairy though, so that's fine. Fairy was also good to have just for the health reasons too. Huh. Don't know how I didn't hit him. Conquering the region multiple times, and every character has their own story. Alright, yeah, you guys got a good point when it comes to the length if those are the issues you gotta deal with. You know what? We're gonna die. This is fine. I'll just use the fairy here and it'll be better than re-equipping it. That's why we got the fairy for the time stop. Also, whoa, is that a modded fairy for this? It didn't fully heal me. They heal for 20 hearts in this game normally. That's interesting. What a minor thing to change. Yeah, it does make the game harder. Alright, this has got to be a key, otherwise I have to go to the inverted side, because I'm locked out otherwise. Unless it's a fairy up here. The fairy also could be a key. Alright, so if it's not a key, then we have to go to inverted. We have no choice. Alright, we're good. Like, as much as I want to go to inverted now, I need the boss key, and it could be anywhere. So I gotta check the whole dungeon anyways. Party or so characters to go through. Jeez, yeah, that does sound like a meaty game. That's not even a mainline, that's a spin-off. That's insane to think about. Yeah, sheer amount makes it long. Yeah, I can understand that. Just one I'm hearing of like all the characters, even if it's not all of them you play through, that's still a lot. No, wait, no, I remember this now. I gotta hit like one of the suns. That was like this one. Dude, I'm finding all the dang fairies. Like, I don't care. It's a broken sword. It's not gonna lead to anything but like one singular check. And it's gonna probably be nothing based on how everything else now is in my inventory. Outside like one mask and FD as well by extension. And then Ocarina is like one more bottle. Got 2 bottles here. It's all junk stuff. At this point, just barely anything left. Hey Matt, how you doing? It's the one time I'm using this ladder. It's like you never use this because it's so useless. Wait, actually no. Normal bombs. That'd be easier for the mini boss. Oh, not the Garo, the other mini boss. Like 3 different kind of mini bosses in this dungeon when you think about it. There's the one for the item, there's the one that like guards the bridge, and there's 2 of them technically. And then there is the one for the big key. Or boss key, sorry. Gotta be canonical here. Alright, but congested all day? Oh, I guess allergies are getting to you. Being in a different area will do that. Alright, I'm mainly just kinda tired, it's been a long day. Probably also gonna be a long night too. I mean, rando-wise it won't be, thankfully, because there's not much here. If we already have all of our stuff and beaten one of the 3 dungeons, and we need to beat, it won't take terribly long to finish. Probably like an hour. Not if we can't get the key though! Come on, man. Like, are they just asking for me to do boss key skip at this rate? Because I don't want to. Like, as fun as doing that would be, the boss key skip for this dungeon sucks. Like, it's horrible, dude. I don't want to do it. I don't even know how to do it. Like, you could go so far out of bounds with this one. It's just that bad. Alright, perfect. Wait, did I get big key before Garo? Oh, I was. That's why when I left the chat, I thought it was a Strife Fairy. Yeah, you are right. Huh, I just completely missed that. You know what? Well, I guess we'll just get the remaining of these and we're piecing out. Cause why not? We're right here. Thanks for the heads up. Because I was not paying attention. That happens sometimes in these, to be fair. I rarely pay attention, it seems. Frosty Fest is January. Yeah, we finally got an announcement on the dates. Which I don't know why it took as long as it did. But yeah, now we know it's not this December, which feels like a really bad time to not do it. It's after all the holidays are done. They're having a holiday theme. Sure. So it's not like I'm against them doing it in July. It just doesn't make as much sense. Personally to me. January. God, imagine they held it back 6 months. It doesn't make as much sense for them to do it mid-January. It's the 13th through the 15th, I believe is how they worded the dates. It's like, what, the 2nd week, I think? Because the 2nd weekend. So, It's kind of later than what we all expected. Let's not kid ourselves on that. That's really late to celebrate the holidays. It's after they're all done. So I'm looking forward to it, and just because I want to see the holiday theming in the game. It's what would you celebrate, like how would you celebrate the holidays with your friends? How would you celebrate the holidays, excuse me, with friends, family, or by yourself? Honestly, I think the only real answer is by yourself, because that's just a mood. That's my mood every holiday seems like anymore. I'm actually surprised I went with that specifically. Like, oh, you can be by yourself on one of them. I'm surprised I went that depressing. But realistically, I'm probably going to pick friends, because I think I did friends for the one Splatoon 2. There we go. By yourself's just depressing. Welcome to my life. We depressed here, we think. I feel like I probably shouldn't have started this ever so far. This is fine. I want to check the stuff above just because I can. That should be fine. Or maybe it's not fine. I can't see anything. Yeah, oh no, that was horrible. I was on the ceiling, so I was never gonna move. All because I don't have beans, by the way. It's funny, I got better in between sessions with those hovers, and I did literally nothing to practice. That's just me finally remembering the timing. So we got more seeds, arrows, and what else would this be? Stick upgrade. Wow. Well, I think we got both upgrades for the stick, but I don't know about nuts. I think nuts are still at 30. Do fierce deity check. Yeah, which is so funny only because it doesn't matter. We already know it's a piece of heart. Alright, so I'm just gonna go straight to the boss now that we have boss key. We don't need to do the rest of this. I'm just going straight to the boss fight. I don't even need to fight the mini boss. Because most of this dungeon at this point, I think what we have left is gonna be the compass? Not the compass, the map, and then that's it. I don't know whatever else we'll get that's not a stray fairy at this point. Hang on, let me do some of the math here. So there's 9 stray fairies, and there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, yeah, no, we're done here. It's just gonna be the map. There's nothing else to check here that's gonna be worth it. And Broken Goron Sword doesn't matter for Ocarina's sake. It's just useless at this point. So I'm just gonna go straight to the fight. Didn't mean to put that down, but that actually kind of works. Thank you. Well, didn't mean to fall either. And it's funny, like, we're 14 hours in, we still only had Fairy Ocarina. So it's a good thing. Because of that, it is a good thing I checked in the settings when I first made this seed to have the Fairy Ocarina in this game, because we would have never had the Ocarina of Time. In order to find it with shared items on, I would have needed to find the Ocarina of Time in the game. So I would have had to find the Fairy Ocarina and then the Ocarina. So I would have needed 2 of these just to play a song in this game. It's that bad. There we go. All right, got the skip. So you can just like bypass pretty much all of this dungeon with just that little jump alone. That makes a big difference. And then here's the second half of doing the skip. Killing this guy from way down here. I missed my shot. I was barely off. Missed again. The problem is if you miss your shot, you don't have any time to shoot. And I gotta reset him because he's too far now. Thankfully, I got infinite magic, so this doesn't matter. It's gonna be weird to make these shots because I'm gonna fall back on the emulator excuse as always because I'm just not used to these dead zones. Just take the time with the first shot. I have 3 lasers, so it's pretty safe. All right, there you go. That's part 1 done. Now for part 2 of this. That's also why I didn't want to play with chest contents randomized. The sizing of this would have screwed me. Got it. There you go, so I don't need another key. Now we just go straight to the boss. You can barely hookshot this chest. Like, the only other thing left I would get in here is a small key. So, it's like, for posterity's sake, let's see if that's a key. Alright, we're gonna do the fun thing for this fight. I'm not gonna equip the Giant's Mask yet. So, there are technically 3 different ways I could fight this guy. If you played this game normally, you know that sentence is already kind of confusing. So, you can use arrows to snipe this guy from a distance. You can use the Giant's Mask. Or, I guess technically, you can use Fierce Deity, but I don't have that, so I'm not counting it in this equation. But when you use Giant's Mask, it's kind of a painful transformation to use because it's so slow and drains your magic. But there is technically no way you can fight this guy with Giant's Mask specifically. And it's using Equip Swap. So Equip Swapping this over my Deku Mask, I can put this transformation on, and then using one of my other masks, I can equip the Deku on a different slot. So now it's gonna be the Great Fairy Mask over the Giant's Mask. So I put this on instead. Now if I turn into a Deku and shoot, this stops the magic drain. So even if I didn't have infinite magic, well, I wouldn't have to worry about my magic going down anymore. And we can use whatever item we want, which includes the Great Fairy Sword. Something you can't normally do, and I'm doing it. The lag on this, though, is insane. Like, it's not this laggy normally. Oh my god. This is N64 lag specifically, because the emulator is emulating the lag. It's not like this on PC. It's eating so many of my spins. Alright, the red one's dead. It hit me on the way out, really? That's a new one. Banjo-Tooie type lag, I guess. One way to put it. Any like rare game lag specifically. Like the only ones I can think of that really don't have lag is probably our first set of games on the N64, Diddy Kong Racing and Banjo-Kazooie 1. Everything else is Lag City. That's okay, this glitch has a side effect I didn't know about for the rando. That's a big stone. Very big stone indeed. Or big medallion in this case. Huh. I'm the Force Medallion now. Alright, let's transform back. To do this, you just do the reverse. Put on Giant's Mask, then you shrink. Fine, for posterity's sake. Alright, we gotta go back to Temple Time. At this point, this has got to be the Goron Lullaby. If it's not, then we're on a Dead Seed. But I think based on the 2 songs I have left, this is it. And I know from research, you know, the Dead Seed. Say that. We're good. The only song we don't have is Song of Healing, and that is locked behind the Nocturne check. Jeez. Oh my god, not again. Flashing lights warning. Fix it as fast as I can, but the emulator does not like this menu in Ocarina of Time. It absolutely despises it. Alright, do I have Scarecrow real quick? I gotta go back to town then. I thought I had Scarecrow song still. This will just make my journey through Snowhead faster. Now here's what I'm gonna do with this place. I want to show the boss key skip for Snowhead because it's comically easy. So I'm gonna do the skip, but I'm gonna make it so I need to get the key first, and then we can beeline it to the end of Snowhead Temple. Until I get the key, I gotta play it normally. But then once I get the key, I'm allowed just to go through the door. I don't want to use it. It's just that dumb. Here, I'll take your $5. Thanks. Nice buttons. Also, this is gonna be a very short-lived song here because I already heard it's over. Next time I do one of these seeds, which I don't even know when, it's gonna be probably a while from now, I'm gonna just... Did he just automatically go away before he even played the song? I just noticed that. He was not here when I had the song. That's just kind of stupid. This whole time I worked so hard for this, I can't even use it. Because it just auto-uses. Unless they skip the cutscene immediately, I don't know. But yeah, no, next time when I decide to do one of these, I think I'm removing the jingles for the MM side of things, because the jingles are not working correctly in this. If they're playing as proper themes, they gotta come out. It doesn't seem like this has random jingles, period, because my random jingles for Ocarina aren't even working. And can I please get up there? You know what? I guess this failure gives me a good chance to check the Stray Fairy reward here. Because I don't know what it is. Piece of heart. Alright, thank you. Dude, why? Why is this roll up so bad? I'll blame the dead zones. Because I keep on holding one direction and not going that way. And this section's really awkward if your dead zone's not good. Oh my god. Yeah, see, that was really bad. When I played this on the Switch, I had the same problem. Nice big fist. That was a good time to pause. Alright, so I know I got a hint saying the one key here, the boss key chest, it's just a small key, so I know I don't need to do that. Yeah, second Snowhead Wizrobe dungeon map. So that's the one for the boss key. So that I'm not even gonna bother. Which is good, because that's pretty high into the dungeon. Hope you also like the boss theme from Ocarina, because it's going to be playing for a while, and it is somewhat of a repetitive song after like the first minute. That makes me a little upset. We're going to find all the stuff I really wanted like 3 hours in the last like 14 hours mark, aren't we? I could have now had that stupid sword after beating the entire video game. It's like, great. That's what I wanted. Okay, we're going straight to the boss. We're good. I didn't even need the Scarecrow song, I guess, because I'll just take the shortcut. With style. Oh, no, you can't. That's right, that's Ocarina only. For whatever reason, you cannot hookshot freezers in this game. But Ocarina, you can. I don't know why that was changed. That feels like a deliberate change. I don't want to go back down just for the stupid switch, so I'm gonna hover my way over the gap. I mean, all I gotta do right now is go below, hit a switch, and then I'm good. Plus, you get to see more Blast Mask covers. They're always fun. MM melts freezers with fire, but Ocarina doesn't. Yeah, there's so many weird inconsistencies between these games on some hitboxes. I don't understand it. Alright, so you guys want to see like the easiest boss key skip in any dungeon, I swear, in this game? I have to say this game because there's a stupider one in Ocarina of Time. Specifically Master Quest, though. But here, if I just line myself up with the right part of the wall and just walk backwards, then this just pushes me out of bounds. It's that easy. The only problem is the angle's a little weird. Yeah, there you go. It just, the stalagmite just like pushes you. Like, you're this close, and here's, like, the wall seam, so it just pushes you through the wall. It's really stupid. Oh, wait, you know what? We're gonna do something funny. Because I never got rid of my spring water. What if we just used it here? Why not? Never got rid of this bottle. You can never come in here without spring water normally. I'm curious if it even works. Bet you've never seen someone release GOT like this. No, it doesn't work. That's surprising. I didn't know that. Let's get the quick kill on this guy. Got more than enough arrows, so it should be fine. I'm changing that button. Ah, crap. Alright, well, I guess now you got half of the quick kill, now we're gonna have half of a normal fight, because that wasn't supposed to hit me. Well, I have the sword equipped on backup. That hurt him? Okay, good. Why? He literally went into it and became a human. You're not doing that to me this time, buddy. Okay, he's just about dead. I really wish I didn't get struck by one of those things of lightning. I thought I dodged it, but I jumped one jump instead of two. I should have done two jumps. Take off the mask! Keep hitting the D-pad. Alright, well there, that killed him. And that's the final reward we need. This was an all dungeon seed, by the way. If you look at all of my things here on the tracker, all dungeon seed. Also, I forgot to remark the shield for mirror in this, too. Just like I was saying earlier, this tracker does not save. I gotta painstakingly change this every time. There's the fire medallion, ironically enough, in the snow. And that's all dungeons. Like, the only thing that I don't have marked on here is one song and Fierce Deity Mask. Everything else has been checked over. Like, that's kind of dumb. So, for posterity's sake, we're done. I'm gonna just check this area because it's spring. It's like, might as well just do the checks here real quick. That's not the race, because I don't need to do that. So, just like, it'll take a minute. And we're off to beat Ganon. So yeah, this only took like another hour. If I streamed a little bit longer, like another hour's worth, Thursday night, we would have finished this. But no, it's like I couldn't do it. There's no way. I already pushed myself a little bit past time anyway, so I don't mind doing extra just for this. And I could have done this like next week, but next week I'm going to take things a little bit slower and easier, just to kind of wrap up the year. Now that I know when Frosty Fest is not in, you know, this year's timetable, I'm just gonna be having like short streams probably next week. And we may go a little bit longer than 2 hours, but I expect a lot of them to be around 2. Because I'm just gonna do the challenge I think in Splatoon. We'll kind of use that as just time to hang out until the end of the year. Because that's gonna be it. Next week's technically the end of 23. Alright, what do we got here? I just want to know. I had to do all dungeons for him! That's maddening. Fierce Deity is like one of the best items in this game to get early on. That's my final check, so we can never use the stupid mask. That sucks. That sucks, man. And we already beat Majora's Mask, so it's literally useless now. I got all the things. I got all the things that would have made the game way easier. Like 3-4 hours in, but now I have to give me these things like the near 20-hour mark. Jeez, dude, seriously. That is so dumb. Here, you get your one use of FD. So the only thing I'm missing now is like one mask in this game and some bottles. Everything else we got. Oh, this didn't even have FD Everywhere setting. Oh, come on. How is that not on my default at this point? I can't even use FD. I think you gave me the wrong item, sir. I did actually nuke Powder Keg from this game when I showed off the cool thing earlier. I did not realize I would just give me a recovery heart. That is good to know for future seeds. I don't care about that. That's fine. So I guess I do have to technically do this because I nuked it. Sure. I just find it funny. I just paid 200 rupees for 2 hearts. I think it's the worst deal of my life. I'm getting out of here. Alright, what's gonna be the... Oh, no, they just skipped this cutscene. Never mind. Well, we can't even have that satisfaction. This cutscene didn't appear at all in the rando. So, there was a song linked to that. Well. It's also weird we didn't get a cutscene for that when I needed the 6 medallions. That just kind of feels like that's been there since the start. And it hasn't been. At least by default, take the trial and turn them off. I was worried after the FD thing that this is just gonna be on. Yeah, Sandopolis for the actual, like, area is interesting. But now, no more sand. I guess it's probably for the better we don't hear it for that long, because I think we heard it in the other cosmetic that I had set up for this. This, I can't tell what it is, because it's just quiet. I need to get a little further up, and I can maybe tell. Alright. Validation check. We actually get to do it in this because Ganon's our last fight. Ah! Everything I needed to make this game super easy was in like the last sections. God, dude. They really just wanted me to have a harder time. It wasn't even bad, man. It's just stupid. Oh god. Dude, that is actually so infuriating. It gave me a kink in my neck. That is so dumb. Well, I have a lot less stuff to look up in the spoiler log now, because we kind of 100% the video game. Like, there's barely anything left. Really, the only stuff that's left is all junk, obviously. Like, I know now Song of Healing is locked behind Nocturnal Shadow. That is guaranteed, because it's the only song I didn't get. And in terms of the mask that I don't have, and like some extra bottles, that's all I have left. Like, one mask and bottles. I guess I could finally do this. Toys are too much. Found light arrows in Gerudo Valley, so he still gives you that hint. His other text thing gets shuffled, but at least the light arrow hints a thing. Fitting. Alright, let's go, Ganon Cynthia. That's not a sentence I expected to say today. And GG's. You don't scare me like the real Cynthia. This place is so bright. Why is it so bright right now? Is that an emulator quirk? Because I remember it being this bright on VC. Alright, time for the final fight. This may look stupid, but trust me, this is gonna make sense in a minute if you haven't seen this before. Links don't look like Ganon's. And of course, to finish this off, it's a ROM hack song. I think this is in one of the Ocarina ROM hacks. Oh no, my sword! Whatever shall I do without the Master Sword? Joke's on you, I brought a spare. Made a sorrow from to be guided. Okay. So, definitely not a song I recognize, but I think I heard this in Ocarina ROM hack before. I wouldn't be surprised if it was from one of the ROM hacks I've played in the past. They love using custom music like this from other games. The Land of Sorrow. That's what this is from. And there you go, GG's. We're done. All right, let's see. How long did this take in total? I'm gonna add it up, because I have all the VODs. I'm gonna add it up based on how long this took with these specific videos, and then add what I just did now. But it's once I hit him with the sword, I'm gonna do my math. Alright, GG's. So, in total, this took, the last 3 days worth of this, from last week and this week, was 13 hours. And we just beat him at the 114 mark, according to OBS. So, this has been about 14 and a half hours in total. I'm gonna just say, going on the record on this now, longest randomizer we've done without crazy settings. Like, I think my max settings Ocarina randomizer I did a few years back when that kind of rule set was max settings, because things have radically changed now. I think that was my longest randomizer seed beforehand, but this definitely is like right up there with that. I don't know how long that is, and I don't have the files on my current drive to check. I can look in like YouTube and do some rough math. That was like 3, 2, 3. Okay, no, this was longer. Never mind. This is longer. I'm looking at it now. That was about 12 hours. This is 14 and a half. This is my longest randomizer I've done to date. So, yeah, man. Look at all the things we did. We got all the items. Essentially 100% of this game. All we're missing is some of the extra hearts and some bottles and like one mask. What was the mask I was even missing? I don't even remember now off the top of my head. I need to see the masks just to know. I'm looking through the pictures just to remind myself, because Lily was one mask. Go back one, please. Thank you. Okay, now I can look. Oh, the mask I was missing was Couple's mask. That's the only one. Everything else I did. And to be fair, my log told me that that was useless, so I don't know if that whole sequence would have led to anything with the Couple's mask specifically, but I know the Couple's quest to get it was useless. So it wasn't, if it was that, I'd be laughing. But outside of that, yeah, no, we've done everything. So let me look that up. What was Couple's mask? At this point, we're in the spoiler log checking mode. So, Couple's mask. Okay. Wait. What's with the wording on this? Oh, I think I see. That was a hint. Ganon's castle had it. Yeah. Ganon's castle, light ale chest, around 3. Okay, so it was in the light arrow room. Light trial. It was in the light trial based on this. Light chest arrow. I don't know why it's wording it like this. It's really weird. Or light chest around 3. This is like a really weird wording. It had Couple's mask and Stone of Agony in there, which is kind of funny. I was low-key kind of wanting Stone of Agony for this to make sure the random, like the rumble works on the emulator, and I never found it. So I never got to test that. I never had the rumble, excuse me, in MM. So that didn't matter. So Couple's mask was something we were never getting. So what would that have led to? Out of curiosity. Mayor's office was Red Rupee. So if I got it, it would have been junk. So that's the only mask we didn't get that we could have maybe tried to check with, and it just didn't matter. So it being Ganon's castle explains the foolish thing. In terms of bottles, I guess, we got a lot of them to look for. Because I got a lot of them. Alright, it's going to be really weird to just read. I think I'm going to do it like this instead. Copy. Paste. Find all in document. Alright, this should make it a little bit easier. I searched out stuff, so now I should just have actual bottles and not like, here's a thing you can buy for a bottle, giving you a red rupee. So, Woodfall Temple, boss was bottled milk. We got that one. Market Potion Shop, item 2 and 5. Okay, this one we didn't get. We got the bug one. Market Potion Shop 5 was a bottle. So there was a bottle just in one of the shops. Oh, I think I get this. I think I know what this means. Let me see it fully here. Unless they're just saying that's... No, that was not it. That's not it. Frick, the randomizer lying to me. It's not what I wanted. I want the actual bottled item, and it's telling me what thing I can buy. Ignore these. Ignore the shop ones. Okay, so Goron City, Pot Heart Piece, bottle, we got that. Deku Tree, bottle, Gold Dust. Great Bay, Fisherman Grotto. Woodfall Temple, Ocean Spider. Okay, this one we didn't get. Ocean Spider House Heart Piece had a bottle of milk for MM. So that's one bottle we just never got, and I was thinking maybe we would go there. I don't know if we would or not, based on like what we had to do, and I'm glad I did not go to that section. Because going back into that spider house would have been a waste of time, as it just would have gave me just junk. I didn't need that bottle. Also, enjoy your food, Ethan. We might be streaming for a little bit longer because of how short this was. I kind of want to play the monthly challenge that's happening in Splatoon. It's technically happening right this moment, but I'll probably wait until the 11 slot if I am feeling up for it later. So we're just kind of hanging out at this point. Let's see, where else could I got bottles? Because this Great Bay Coast Fisherman Grotto is like... No, I got that. It's next to the house. I'm trying to see, where else did we not get a bottle? Because that's all that I'm missing at this point. Also, what other items while I'm looking here? Because honestly, I only know bottles at this point. Everything else we've literally 100%ed. We don't need to even look anywhere else for other items. We gotten all the upgrades. We gotten all the items we needed. One song we didn't get. We know where it is. It's so comical. Like, this essentially became a 100% seed. It shouldn't have been like this, but it just was. Oh, the other Ocarina. That's right. I just remembered one other thing. Progressive Ocarina. Because that's another thing we never found. Where was the Ocarina of Time? You know, kind of important. Oh, wait, no, we did find that. It just never transferred over into MM. Why was I thinking we never found it? I don't know why. We found it like the first hour. Alright, that's me having a brain fart. So, yeah, no, this was an interesting seed. There's... Honestly, I'm gonna just say, this was one of the, like, more tiring ones I think I've done. Yeah, I think you can only find one powder keg. I can look that up here while I'm saying this. This is like one of the longest ones I've done, as I was talking about before. And I don't know if I would do it again anytime soon for that reason. Because, you know, it was fun. But I do think this one kind of overstays its welcome a little bit. So, this is one that's like you really gotta sit down and dedicate time to compared to a lot of other randomizers. I'd recommend playing either the Ocarina Rando or the Majora Rando before this one. And that's if you're even like knowledgeable with the games, because it's just too long. Like if you're in the mood for a longer thing, this is definitely going to be up your alley. If you like both the games, want a new challenge for it. I love the idea of sharing the items between the games. I could have turned that stuff off, but I'm glad I didn't, because it's just better, I think, to have shared items at this point. It would be even longer if I didn't do the shared items. So I just recommend, if you're going to play it, share things between the two different worlds. Just make your life easier. But I probably want to play one of these again in the future, but I'm going to wait, I think, for a while. Wait for them to update some stuff and polish it a little bit more. The big thing I really wish is that maybe they can find a way to compress this down a little bit more so that you can put it on the Wii VC, because I really don't like playing this with emulator. Emulators in general for N64 are still really not that great. So it would be ideal to have this console compatible, and it is technically on original hardware. If you have an N64 flash card, you can play it on original hardware with that. But if you're not an owner of one of those and you have, you know, a Wii, a Wii U, maybe even a modded Switch, like from what I understand, you can't play this on those systems. The game's just too big to patch into anything, so it just won't work. So you have to play on emulator, which is not always ideal. We've seen a lot of graphical issues with this, even with the latest plugins for N64 emulation. The N64 Zelda games just still don't emulate that great, even in 2023. That's also more of an emulator problem, not specifically a random problem. Like, look, this whole sequence is screwed. Like, what happened here? The pedestal is still glowing like I came back from time. That's not supposed to be like that. That's a side effect, I think, of some transparency issues. I have no idea why it's like this. But I guess to answer your question on the powder keg thing, Kira, looks like there was one in Zora's Fountain, and then one here that you could have bought from the Goron, but it's supposed to give you a red rupee. I got a piece of heart, or like a recovery heart. So you get the one. You don't get a second one. So also, heads up if you want to do the rock sirloin trick of just duping over your powder keg slot. Make sure you don't have any more uses for powder keg when you do it, because it will nuke it from your seed. For good. You won't be able to get that back. To be fair, I think it works the same in MM Rando when you do like shop randomization, because I think that shop will give you a random item. Next time you go there, it might do the same. Oh my god! Zelda's on fire! Why? Again, console compatibility is huge for your ROM hacks, and this is why I wish this was outside of a flashcard. This is disgusting. Now I'm wondering how it would have looked if I beat an MM. Now I'm curious. Now I am curious for that reason. The game saves. Yeah, that is a creepypasta. We're getting out of there. No thank you. The game does save when you beat it. So I'm going to just go beat MM again real quick, because I want to say the other credits. Like, that was just... Let's just say bad. But I'm gonna go beat it again real quick in the other game because I want to use for that FD mask. I'm just bitter we didn't get to use it at all. And also we got, you know, that sword now, so we can use that too. I'm just bitter in general. Wait, do I still have ISG or, well, not anymore. I was gonna say, do I still have ISG because I didn't land on anything technically? So, yeah, no, my final wrap-up thoughts I'd say for this, as I'm going to beat another boss again, just because. This is fun, it's just a little long in the tooth, so you gotta be prepared if you're gonna play one of these. It's gonna probably take you more than one session. Like, if you're a person that can beat randomizers pretty quick, this is definitely not gonna be one you're beating within like a day or two. It's gonna take longer. There, finally. Why'd I do that? So, another thing I guess I also had as a little bit of a complaint from this is that... Thank you. Another complaint I had from this, and this is more just because I don't think this is a great thing if something happens. There was no offline generator for this. You have to use the website. So, if the website for the MM Rando goes down, or Ocarina MM Combo Rando, excuse me, if that ever goes down, you're not playing a seed of this. You won't be able to generate one. And from what I've at least been able to look into, I've been trying to find an offline version of this. There just doesn't seem to be an offline generator. So, at that point, it's kind of weird. Like, I don't think I've ever seen that before, where there's no offline generator for a Rando. A lot of them normally start as an offline one, but this is like the one exception I've been seeing. It's hosted on a website. I mean, if you want to play it, that's good, because what was the site again, specifically? It's just ootmm.com. Like, that's simple. But if that domain ever goes down, good luck trying to play one of these. So there's still more work I know that they're doing on this too. Like, this is always an active development. That's why I waited so long. This has been going on, I think, for what, over a year at least at this point. Like, I think I remember seeing this combo making the rounds last year. So it's been around for a little while now, but it's still relatively new. And there's still a lot more settings they have to migrate over from the Ocarina Rando and the Majora Rando branches, respectively. I mean, both of those are being actively updated, too. And another thing I would be curious about, because I think this is still in active development too. The Majora's Mask decomp project, I think, is all done at this point. So they're working on a PC port of that game, just like how they did with Ocarina of Time. I would imagine that'd be set up very similarly. You do a randomizer inside of the ship port for Majora's Mask, which is called ship, because Ship of Harkanian is the Ocarina port. So once that's done, and if you can play randomizer through the PC port, like the Ocarina port, then maybe we can make those two connect with each other in some way. Those two PC ports can combine. So most of my complaints I would have for this being on an emulator would completely be null and void, because you could just play it on PC natively and not have to worry about emulators. That would be really cool. So there's a lot of wish lists I have for this. Maybe some a little unrealistic when you think about it out loud, but again, there's some stuff I would love to see, and it's definitely one active development. You know, things are going to be changing all the time. I did technically play a dev version, so it's the seed I generated mid-playthrough was a different version. So one other thing I had curiosity, let's finally see it. Do you get credits when you beat both of the games if you go back to beat the other game again? Because we didn't get credits for Majora's Mask. How it works is the game, whichever one you beat first, it sends you into that like beat section, and then you go to the other one. So in the case of Majora's Mask, we beat it, we were standing outside in Termina, and just sent us back to Ocarina of Time, because it's resetting to the day. It just like sets us up so we can go right back. Ocarina of Time, I think it would have been dropped off in front of Ganon's castle, so we can go back to Majora at that point. So in this game, we're dropped off in Clock Town and can turn around. And in Ocarina, we'd just be in front of Ganon's castle. But I imagine at this point, because both games' bosses have been beaten, we can see the credits in the other one too if you wanted. So let's find out. Game saves right here. Sure enough, we get to see the credits. So, second round of credits. Let's go. I was just curious on that front too, but I was bitter we got Fierce Deity at the end. I just wanted to use Fierce Deity, dude. So dumb. That's another thing. I didn't even see anywhere in the settings about that, but I'm going to look at it while we're going through the credits one more time. I'm going to put in my settings string that I have, because I have it saved in my notepad. And I'm going to see, maybe I missed the setting for FD Anywhere. I probably did, because I think I saw someone using it in this game. So I probably just missed the setting. There's so many settings in this too, which is another thing I think is a little daunting on a new player. For randomizers specifically, there are just so many things to check. And there's so many different options that you can play around with. It can be a little overwhelming for a first timer. Like, I would like to see some of it kind of broken down the sub-menus, because, like, main section has main, shuffle, prices, events, cross-game, miscellaneous, like, all those categories on one page. Not separated at all, besides, like, the text in bold. It's a little confusing, I will say. And I did miss saying, Fierce Deity anywhere in MM, control the ability to use Fierce Deity outside of boss fights. I never checked that setting, because there's so many settings. It went under the radar. I missed it. It wouldn't have changed anything based on how we found it last. So it didn't matter. I didn't select it. And in fact, I think selecting this and then like generating the seed, I don't think it would have changed anything in terms of like where it would have been located based on how I had things set. Like having this on or off, I don't think it would have changed where it was, because moon rewards were in the pool. Everything else I'm looking at. The only other thing I never checked on this thing that would have maybe have helped, based on some of the things I'm seeing. There was one setting here, I don't even know it's an Ocarina of Time, but there's something called sunlight arrows. This could have maybe made a difference for that game. Turning this on changes the Ocarina of Time light arrows to have the beam of light properties. So basically, turning on this option makes your light arrows like Mirror Shield from that game. So I wouldn't need to have Mirror Shield to activate light puzzles. But I could have maybe helped things. I don't think that's in the Ocarina Randomizer. I haven't seen it in any of the generators that I've used. That could just be a setting specifically for the combo for now. Because there's some settings here that I would wish are in base Ocarina Rando. Like, the age changing anywhere is massive. Being able to do that on the fly was really, really cool. It allowed for some interesting strategies, too. We used it to cheese certain things, going back and forth in dungeons, so we didn't have to come back as a different form. Being able to get to certain areas early for certain characters, like getting to adult fishing without having hookshot or a magic bean, or even the lake filled. Like, there's some cool stuff you could have done due to having that ability. And that's something I would like to see come over to the other randomizer. I mean, it's in the PC port, it's in the combo randomizer. I would just say put it in the Ocarina randomizer. Have it off by default, but put it there as an option and just kind of see what happens. Because unless it's a technical limitation, like with size reasoning, maybe with the file format, I don't know. Like, I don't see why not, essentially. Because if it is fine in this game, logically speaking, and it's in the PC version as well, it's like, you can probably do it and technically get away with it. It should be okay. That should be a setting, it won't break too much. Having it off by default makes it so that it won't break too much. If people are just playing with default settings, you don't have to worry about it. So there's some cool ideas on here I'd love to see in like the standalone randomizers. Most of it for Ocarina. Because this kind of does most of the stuff that Majora Rando does already. And there's certain settings from that are missing from this combo that I want to see transferred over. Like combining arrows, that'd be helpful. How I don't have to keep on equipping over different things. Having the bank situation where you can press the Z and R button to fully fill up your wallets or empty it out into the bank. Certain things like that I want to see. Like that, I hope one of the next major revisions, some of those MM settings come over here. But now I guess I've rambled long enough on that one. I guess now I'll just ask you guys, what do you think of this combo rando compared to just playing or seeing just a standard one from either one of these games? Like, how do you feel this compared to the Ocarina Randomizer and Majora Randomizer? If you played one, even just like, what do you think from your own experiences too? Get some chat input on this. Also, I just realized something. This is 90% cutscene. Like 90% final credits cutscene. Because we're gonna miss one, and it's the biggest one. The couple's mask. It's the only one we don't have, which means it's the only cutscene part we're not gonna see. That kinda sucks. I could've gone grab it real quick from Ganon's Castle, but I think this is just, nah, I'm good. Seems neat, MM half I'm unfamiliar with. Have you ever done a MM rando before then, Kira? Sounds like you probably haven't. And that's fair. If you're unfamiliar with this, like, yeah, I don't blame you at that point. If you just never really played one of those either. I will say the one also big problem with this, and has nothing to do with the combo rando, it's a problem with MM. MM already has a lot of junk checks. Like, a good chunk of the game. I would say like 80% of the stuff you get is nothing but garbage for a randomizer's sake. Because this is hard pieces and a bunch of masks, which lead to hard pieces. They're kind of full circling on that problem. So the biggest problem with this, when you have items shared between the two different worlds, you can have a lot of really good stuff from one game, from Ocarina, locked behind Majora's Mask, and you can't get to it without Song of Time and the Ocarina. Because once your 3 days are up, you're out. You're kicked back to the first day, and there's only so much you can do in 3 days. So Majora's side becomes a little limiting in what you can check, and you have to really be careful with your time management before you find Song of Time. Because I felt like in the early stages, we just didn't get to play much of this until we had more stuff to play around Majora, but we got lucky. Within the first 10 minutes, we found Song of Time in the Ocarina. That was really fortunate. Okay, yeah, you haven't played one of these. That's, yeah, I understand then why you're unfamiliar with this. I guess worth a shot if you've, played Majora at least, and you enjoyed the format for the Ocarina right now. It's very similar. Again, the biggest problem I have with the MM side of things for randomizers is just there's so many junk items. So it could take a little bit for you to actually get your momentum going in it, but once you get your momentum, it's just like Ocarina. You're just like in a full-on rush mode to do stuff, and it's fun. But it takes a little bit to get to that part. And also, yeah, the time-sensitive things that you really gotta know the schedule, unless you're playing with a guide open just to keep track too. But yeah, again, this was interesting and fun. I think it's a little long in the tooth, but that makes sense when you're combining two different 20-ish hour games into one. Like, these are both pretty long games for their time. So I'm not surprised this is long. But at the same time, it's still, you know, it's a fun thing, I would say, to play once in a while. Yeah, the one mask we couldn't get, and I just didn't get at the very end. I could have, it's just there was no point. There really wasn't. If I did, I would have had 100% ending. Now we have like 90% ending. This is also the only way we can see the intro area in this combo rando. Because of the clock tower entry point down below, where the masked salesman is, because that's the warp between games, we can never get to that section in the very beginning. We can never do the nut check. Because technically, in the Majora randomizer, you can clip back into the intro sequence with hovers, and you can check what that Deku Nut chest is. And you can actually have it set where it's randomized. But in the combo rando, that's one less check, because it's physically impossible to get there now. They have to remove the area for the warping. There you go, the end. This ending screen doesn't glitch. Like, why is the Ocarina one the creepypasta and not the game that's known for creepypastas? That makes no sense. So, that was the combo rando, and I hope everyone enjoyed it. Again, this was fun, but probably one I would play maybe once in a while. In some ways, though, I think I would rather play this than playing MM Rando on its own. Because MM Rando on its own, it's fine, but with so many of the junk checks, it does feel like you just get more out of Ocarina and Majora combined than just Majora by itself. So if I played Majora's Mask Rando again, I think I might just rather play it as a combo randomizer. Although there are some times you might just want to play Majora's Mask. I guess it's gonna depend, but yeah, again, I think I might rather play this, just for MM's sake. Yeah, the sepia filter is probably the reason why that didn't glitch. Because I believe that filter on emulator is just the problem, specifically. And that's how you got like this double layer effect. It's really messy. So thank you, Matt, for gifting out a sub. I appreciate it. Yeah, the VC messes it up too. It's supposed to be one color, but then VC does grayscale instead. No matter what version of VC you're playing. You can play an inject, or you can play the Japanese version with the American version on top. It doesn't matter. It still does it. It's kind of messy. I'm just surprised that that happens for the Ocarina side, and the Majora side's fine. It definitely seems like on emulator specifically, you're probably better finishing Majora second if you're gonna watch the credits. I don't know how this would play on a different plugin. I'm kind of curious next time maybe to play with a different plugin compared to the Glide one. See if maybe Parallel fixes it instead. I might just do that on my own to see, but yeah, in terms of like, the biggest problem I have with this is sometimes just emulator specific issues. Graphically, I think it's just a hot mess. And there's no reason for it to be a hot mess, but it's more of a emulator specific issue. It's nothing to do with the combo rando, and there's only so much that they can do to fix that. Like, this pedestal being glitchy for the ending sequence was bad. That whole texture thing, the ending is bad. The fact that if I play Song of Soaring here, sometimes it glitches out in the menu, and the way to fix it is to pause, which will reset the layering of textures and the background and such. It's like, all that's emulator problems, and I just hope that gets fixed at some point. Whether it be an emulator fix or maybe something rando guys have to do. I don't know. Either way, I enjoyed it, at least, and I'm glad you guys did too.